as this season is going on, this is getting even more ridiculous. We are now currently sat third place in the table after 30 games of the season. 4 points clear of fourth place, 5 points clear of fifth place. We are looking likely to be qualifying for Europe regardless now of what kind of happens for the rest of the season. But Champions League is still very much a dream. And even possibly Champions is a dream because we are 1 point behind Manchester City. They do have a game in hand, but it is 1 point. They can easily lose a match where we win a game, and we could technically become champions of England on a season where I was just kind of expecting maybe pushing for top 4. In between episodes, where did we finish off? We finished off with a 3-3 draw, didn't we? We have gone undefeated, and we've done actually quite well, although we did concede a lot of goals. We beat Leicester 2-1. We beat Southampton 3-2. Cassidy scoring twice in this one. Beating Everton 2-0. Jacob Ramsey has been on a goal-scoring run, which is absolutely ridiculous. We then beat LASK in the Europa League. Jacob Ramsey scoring. We then beat Forest in the League 4-2 with Jacob Ramsey scoring this one. We then beat LASK once again with Jacob Ramsey scoring. I don't know what's happened to Jacob Ramsey, but he has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in his last 6 matches. Before that, maybe like 1. It's ridiculous. It's mad. I don't know what's come over him, but I think maybe the arrival of Jeremy Doku, and he's gone, hold on lads, I need to start adding something else to my game, and that needs to be goals. In today's episode, we are going to have potentially 3 matches, Liverpool, Brentford and Arsenal. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the Liverpool game. And the starting 11 then will be Martinez in goal, Goldson, Boyomo, Torres and Ait-Nouri in defence, with Luis Kamara and Sanka in midfield. Diaby, the man of the hour, Jacob Ramsey and Girassi leading the line. And we're keeping our complete forward and our complete wing back as well in place because it seems to be working. In between episodes as well, we did also have our youth intake come in, which doesn't look terrible. There's a couple of players that might be somewhat interesting, but I still think Connor Bateman is our best young player that we've had so far. We've got, I think he's a young striker who looks quite good now, but he's nowhere near good enough for first team football. Because this is the 3 PM kickoff, we can't see what's going to happen with Man United, and I think Man City are possibly playing tomorrow, potentially. So we need to be the team to actually win this game. And if we do, I think we go top of the table. If we beat Liverpool, we go top of the Premier League. I mean, we do need to beat Liverpool. Jacob Ramsey with the ball. He can probably score a goal from there if he wants. Douglas Luiz towards Kamara. Heads down to Girassi. Through ball to Diaby. In on goal. He's hit it wide. He's not hit it wide. It's actually a save from Allerton. We're going to have a corner. Dougie Luiz is the man to go over to take it. Number 6, right-footed corner. Who are we going to find? Towards Pau Torres. Doesn't quite get there. Endo can clear the ball upfield. And Diaby, luckily for us, Diaby's fast. We left nobody back. That is mad. Ait-Nouri with the ball on the left-hand side. Ramsey needs to go running. Ait-Nouri does eventually use Ramsey. He's got Girassi in the middle. It's blocked. It's towards Kamara. And Boubacar Kamara makes it 1-0 after 10 minutes. And we go top of the Premier League with that goal. If it genuinely stays this way, we are top of the league. We are top of the Premier League after 31 matches. Corner for Liverpool, 19 minutes. Torres heads it vertically. Martinez can easily hold on to that one. Martinez, by the way, has kind of forced his way back into being our number 1 goalkeeper because he has been playing quite well. Even though we've conceded a lot, he's not doing awful. Connor Goldson down the line to Diaby, loses out. Gomez plays it back to Van Dijk. Endo on the ground. Sosbolai back to Virgil van Dijk again. Van Dijk must be getting on a bit now, surely. Ball over the top towards Salah. Another player who must be getting on a little bit. He's still good, obviously. Ait-Nouri can't quite get past Salah. McAllister's pass or control isn't the best. Liverpool still coming forward. Trent gets a bit of space, goes past every single Aston Villa shirt and makes it 1-1. Trent with the goal. Back on level terms, back down to 3rd. Or maybe 2nd. We might be 2nd, actually. I don't know what our goal difference is like. It's Man City. We're gonna be down to 3rd, aren't we? It is... no, it is 2nd, actually. We are 2nd place in the table. Sosbolai's corner. Adeyemi, loads and loads of space. And Austin McPhee's defensive corners are not the best. If there's somebody lurking outside the area, mark them. Because they just seem to pass to them every single time. Trent with the ball forward. Highlight ends. 2nd place in the league is still good, right? If we draw this, by the way, I think this is our 4th draw of the entire season. Douglas Luiz with... What was that run, Doug? Dougie boy, what was that run? It's Diaby, edge of the penalty area. Goes for a curling effort. Almost finds the top corner. It's gone off for a goal kick, though. Final couple of minutes of the first half, and 1-1 at half-time I will take. We've looked actually probably the better side, haven't we? We've had more possession, we've had more shots, better shots. They've obviously got that one goal thanks to Trent, and I assume Aït-Nouri and Douglas Luiz are kind of taking the blame for it. We have to remember as well, this is at Anfield. This is not at home. This is at Anfield against a very good Liverpool side. Emi Martinez with a goal kick. 7 minutes? 8 minutes into the second half. Torres' pass is horrendous. Luckily for us, their passing around as well was also pretty bad. Aït-Nouri with the ball down the line to Jacob Ramsey. We need to see a goal from you, mate. This is what you've been doing lately. We need to get yourself on the score sheet. Torres to Douglas Luiz. Is he going to go for a run? Nope, plays it on the ground to Girassi. Sanket's pass is horrific. What is going on with these misplaced passes? Salah now loses out to Aït-Nouri but gets the ball back. Adeyemi on the ground to McAllister. He was offside. He was offside, guys. He was offside. That should not count. We're not even getting VAR. That's going to count. Who played him on? Who possibly played McAllister onside in that situation? He looked like he was miles off. He was offside. There is no way Boyomo was playing him on. Right, well, defensively, we are starting to crumble. Aït-Nouri and Douglas Luiz both on 6-4. Sanket not doing too hot either on a 6-5. Think it's time to do some changes. It's going to be Luke Dean coming on. We're going to do Cassidy coming on as that regista, which is not really a position he can play, but he's good. He's good at football, so he's going to do it anyway. We've also obviously brought on John McGinn there for Sanket. 3 changes so far. 2 more to go. I'm looking at Diaby and I'm looking at Girassi as our potential players to change. Although, Girassi is on a 7.0, so he's got the confidence in him. Corner for Jacob Ramsey towards the middle. Alisson's come out, easily claimed that one. So what is going to happen from this highlight? I think Virgil van Dijk's just phased through Alisson there. Goes for a little wander. Kanate with the ball. Sosbolai lose out to Ramsey. He does. Girassi plays it back to McGinn, whose pass was awful. Kamara. What our pass accuracy must be like 7% at this point. Jota down that left-hand side, keeps it in play just about. Diaby's nicked it though. Connor Goldson to Kamara. We've got a runner in the middle. I don't know who it is who's gone for a run, but he's just absolutely booted it. Cassidy on the ground. His pass is awful. His pass is absolutely awful. Why can we not pass? If we could pass, we'd be like 4-0 up. I mean, admittedly, they scored a goal as well. Trent with the ball. Sosbolai plays it across. Mazraoui to Adeyemi into the back of the net. That one might get flagged for offside. I'm hoping it does, because if it goes 3-1, this game is basically out of sight. It's been disallowed. We are still just about in this game at the moment. We've got about 15 minutes to play, including injury time. Martinez is he's dropped a clanger, hasn't he? He's on a 6.4. He's taken the blame, I assume, for both of the goals. We're not going to do any changes. Nothing's happening either. It's going to be a defeat in a match where we were 1-0 up and we were the better side for the most part. Our passing was not good. Our passing, every time we looked threatening, we misplaced a pass. And it wasn't even like slightly misplaced. It was not even close to a Villa player. It was straight to a Liverpool man. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw. People look fired up. Elsewhere, Manchester United win the later kickoff match against Leicester, putting them to the top of the table. I'm assuming tomorrow is when Man City are playing. They're playing Arsenal. So it's not an easy game, which we kind of want Arsenal to win that. So I'm going to jump forward to the other side of that just to see what happens. Well, that was good. I guess that's kind of what we wanted to happen. Arsenal beating Man City 3-0, which kind of brings Arsenal into this fight for top 4 as well. It is ridiculously close between 1st and 8th, arguably. Just 10 points separate the top 8 of the league after 31 games. We're now going to go forward. We're going to play Brentford, and then we're going to play Arsenal, and hopefully we don't do what City just did. Okay, we're not going to play them just yet, because I've just hit forward, and we've got the NXGN 2025, which is the 50 best Wonderkids in football, and we have 5 players on the list, and the winner as well. Obviously, Rooney being the winner, he's very good, isn't he? He's very, very good. 9 assists, 7 goals in the Premier League, 15 assists in all competitions with 9 goals, only 19 years of age. We've also got Kadir, the Egyptian, out on loan at Plymouth. Doing all right, 6 assists, a goal to his name as well. Toplovic, number 28 on the list. Slovenian out on loan at Middlesbrough. Apparently, he's not playing a lot of football. He's played 20 times, scored 5 goals and got an assist. That's enough for me. Rory Wilson, who's dropped down to League One, is absolutely smashing it, by the way. I keep getting articles, and like, he's winning Player of the Month and things like that in League One for QPR. 21 goals in 35 starts for QPR. I imagine they must be top of the table, right? They are. They're champions already. And finally, Nathaniel Nwusu, a player who has played 41 times in League One with 52 goals conceded, 11 clean sheets, so it's actually very, very good. He's number 50. He's just made it onto the list, but I'm weirdly surprised by this one. This one confuses me. He's got 7 free kick taken. If I was Leighton Orient, he'd be taking free kicks. Right then, for the Brentford game, we've only made a couple of changes. Casteels comes in goal. Goldson, Boyomo, Mings and Dean in defence. Louise, Kamara and Sanka in midfield. Rooney is back in the starting 11 with Ramsey and Callum Wilson leading the line for this one. There is nothing wrong with Gerassi. He's not fully match fit, so we've kind of dropped him because I feel like against Arsenal, it's going to be a slightly harder game. That defeat against Liverpool, by the way, was our first defeat in like 7 league matches or 7 matches in all competitions. Everything else has been a win. Just realised we're playing Brentford on camera again, which means Ethan Pinnock will score a goal against us. Here he is, Ethan Pinnock, the world's greatest footballer for some reason. I don't know why he's so good. But only against me. Kamara's nicked the ball here. This is good. Back to Connor Goldson, across to Douglas Luiz. Obviously, this is the first highlight of the match. So maybe something is going to come from this. Tyrone Mings with the ball. Where are we going to go? Luke Dean? Ivan Toney. He's passed it. He's lost the ball to Ivan Toney, and Ivan Toney's shot is horrendous. What? That better not be the highlight. That was a waste of my time and your time. And do you know what else is a waste of my time and your time? Is the fact that no highlights are happening in this game. We are approaching half-time. We are getting very, very close to half-time. We've had some shots. We've not seen anything at all. And we're straight into the second half. Still no changes going on. No highlights at all. We're going to do a couple of subs very, very soon. Ramsey and Wilson going to be coming off because they're both playing pretty poorly. Both teams are playing bad here. Gerassi and Doku are the men to come on. Sanket's also going to come off as well for Cassidy. I think we'll just do those 3 for the moment. I'm going to obviously keep an eye on Rooney. He's on a 6-5, not doing so hot either. 68 minutes and we've got some action. Something's going on. Please be a goal. Please be a goal for us. Jeremy Doku collects this ball, takes a few touches, blasts it past David Raya. His 3rd goal of the season for Aston Villa. We take the lead. That goal could be massive. Despite the fact this game has been utterly boring as hell, that goal could be absolutely massive in the grand scheme of things for the entire season. Right, final 2 changes. Kamara is coming off. Rooney is also coming off. That is every change that we can possibly do, so let's not have any injuries in the final 15, please. Another highlight with 6 minutes to play. Gerassi back to Luca Dean. Play it across, please, to the referee. There we go. Douglas Luiz tries to get some space for himself towards Diaby. Controls it well. Can he get the cross in? Back to John McGinn. All the way back to Connor Goldson. Go for goal, mate. Score a worldie. Connor Goldson down the wing towards Cassidy. And Cesare Cassidy is there to make it 2-0. That surely puts this game beyond any shadow of a doubt. And we are going to pick up 3 points against Brentford. I'd just like to point out as well, the 2 goal scorers, the 2 loanees that were brought in on deadline day. Well, that was fairly quick and somewhat uneventful, but a 2-0 win. And all in all, actually looking at the match ratings, not a bad performance in the end. Connor Goldson gets man of the match. And not only that, that win puts us up into 2nd place in the table, but Man City do have to play West Ham in just a moment. Man United also playing Arsenal. Can Arsenal be the spoilers? We're going to hit continue, because this evening, which is the Wednesday, that's when that game's taken place. The answer is no. Arsenal cannot play the spoilers. Neither can West Ham. Man City winning 4-0, putting them back into 2nd place. Man United winning 1-0 with a 95th minute winner. If that didn't go in, this would be a lot more exciting. We're now going to go forward and play Arsenal, who are going to be missing Kai Havertz by the look of it. Right, Arsenal, you've played a very big role so far in the last few matches for all of the teams in the top 4. Let's not ruin it for us, okay? It's going to be Martinez in goal, Boyomo, Torres, Mings and Luke Dean in defence, Luiz, Kamara and Sanka in midfield, Diaby, Ramsey and Gerassi. Actually, we're going to drop Ramsey. Ramsey has obviously, start of this episode, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. And then he's just declined rapidly. A 6.9, then a 6.4. Doku obviously scoring one of the 2 goals against Brentford. We're going to give you a start on that left-hand side. Let's go and hopefully beat Arsenal at Villa Park. So we can keep an eye on Manchester City versus Chelsea, which is obviously not going to be a particularly easy game for City. Later on today, Fulham host Man United, which we will find out what goes on at the end of this episode. We're going to find out exactly whether Man United are still top of the table. Haaland, however, has scored to take the lead against Chelsea, which means now Man City move to the top. Luca Dean to Doku, 22 minutes, loses out to Saka. Fabio Vieira's ball forward towards Martinelli, does manage to find him as well. He's got Boyomo for a bit of company. Obviously, Boyomo, not really a right back, but he is playing there. He can play there. Eddie Nketiah's in on goal. And Martinez has just decided to flop onto the floor. It might not count, though. I think it is going to count, but it might not. We're getting VAR. The goal has been awarded. It is 1-0 to Arsenal. And not the best start. We've had some shots. We've had 5 shots, only one of them on target. Elsewhere, Bournemouth have taken the lead against Liverpool. Which, I don't know, it's probably not relevant to us because I don't think Liverpool are really battling just at the moment, but it could come in handy. Odegaard with some space, Luka Dean with a superb slide tackle, only manages to get it to Saka, and Saka doubles Arsenal's lead. The last few matches may well have actually propelled Arsenal into this title picture because they've beaten some of the top sides, and weirdly we are one of them. Declan Rice with the ball. Girassi comes back to try and steal it away. Falls for Odegaard. His shot goes over the bar. We are not really doing anything at the moment. Arsenal are getting all the shots. Martinez is on a 6.2. What is the deal with goalkeeper consistency? Martinez is either amazing or horrendous. There is no middle ground. Luke Dean with a throw for us. Are we going to get ourselves at least a goal back in the first half? Tyrone Mings goes for a little run. Back to Torres. Get it upfield. Boyomo all the way back to Martinez with the performance he's putting in. Wouldn't be surprised if he scored an own goal. Mings to Luka Dean. There we go. Down the line. We need a little run. Doku is that runner. Doesn't really do a run though, does he? Cuts inside instead. Plays it on the ground to Girassi. Kamara to Diaby. He's gone for a long-range effort. That was never going to go in a million years. It's over the bar. At least it's a highlight. Half-time, 2-0 down against Arsenal. We are not very good. We are not very good. We have to be better in front of goal. We're getting the shots away. We're actually getting the shots away. I think we've had 6 or 7 shots, but they've all been really bad. Looking at fitness-wise as well, Diaby is starting to struggle for us, which I wasn't sure whether I should play him in this, but we've gone for it, and it might have been a bad idea. For them, Odegaard is struggling, and he's actually playing very well for us, so hopefully he gets injured. Nketiah is in on goal. Martinez has made a save, everybody. It was a good save as well. We do get to see the corner. Trossard is the man to go over to take it. Towards the front post, Boyomo heads that clear. Highlight just needs to end. Thank you very much. That save from Martinez bumped him from a 6.2 to a 6.6, which is now starting to drop again. Right, 2 changes. It is going to be Rooney and Ramsey coming on. Diaby and Girassi coming off. Jeremy Doku's going to be pushed to be that striker in the middle. Because I don't want to drop Doku, partially because he's good. He's a very good player. And our other option on the subs bench for a striker is Callum Wilson. And let's face it, he wasn't a good signing. We have had 10 shots and only 2 of them on target. And it's looking like it's going to be a second defeat of the episode. Sanket collects it from Luka Dean. Kamara going away from goal. Back to Torres. If we can get a goal now, it might make for an interesting final 5 minutes. Torres to Tyrone Mings. Lots of time on the ball. Sanket collects it. Goes off to the left-hand side. Luka Dean's behind him. Good. What we expect you to do. Mings back to Torres. We're trying to pass our way through, which is fine. We're doing a vertical tiki-taka. It's what we're supposed to be doing. Douglas Luiz manages to just about get it. And Jeremy Doku, what are you doing? If it went in, world-class goal. But it wasn't going to go in, was it? Let's be honest. It's going to be a corner. Luka Dean steps up to take it. We've got Tyrone Mings is just shouting at Ramsdale, I assume. Ramsdale comes out, claims it anyway. 6 minutes of injury time, and I feel like this game is lost now. Rooney gets the ball back to Boyomo. On the ground to Kamara. There might still be a consolation goal for us. Douglas Luiz. We're going the wrong way, guys. We need to bump this up to attacking. Jeremy Doku's in on goal. His first time shot goes wide. I think he might have been offside. Maybe not. Full-time whistle goes then. It's a 2-0 defeat against Arsenal. That's a massive win for Arsenal. We should have scored in that. We really should have scored in that. Martinez has cost us. Arguably, Girassi and Doku have cost us as well. We had 12 shots, but only 3 of them on target. And to rub salt into the wounds a little bit, Man United and Man City both win their games, which means they have now extended their lead ahead of us. City still have a game in hand, so let's assume they win that game in hand. They'll be on 73. Man United will be on 72, which means we are 6 points behind the top 2. However, we are 4 points clear of Chelsea because they did lose against Man City. Arsenal have propelled them into this Champions League battle. It's still 8 teams are in this. There are still 8 teams in this. Man United and Man City, I think, are starting to pull away in the title race. But there are another 6 teams that are battling out for 2 Champions League spots. Luckily, we're in the driving seat. Although, with matches and results like we've just had in this episode, we might not be for too long. And I'm going to leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger because I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. We have got 5 league games left to play. We've also got the Europa League stuff going on, which, if I'm perfectly honest, is a bit of a distraction. We're not really focusing too much on that. We will definitely be playing the final, or maybe 3 matches that will decide where we finish. It might not even be the final 3 games of the season. I'm hoping it does not come down to this Chelsea game, because that, we might end up losing that and dropping down from 4th to 5th, or even 3rd to 5th.